Sorry. Hey, Landry. Good morning. Going back to Milwaukee, the 2 games you lost there, what kind of struck at you for the Bucks? What they did really well that gave you guys trouble those games?
I think the biggest thing is just how we start. Even going back to the other night, Game 5, slow start, struggled to find our rhythm early, didn't play with the right physicality, and things really that we can control that we did really, really well. Game 1 and Game 2, jump out to big lead. I think those were the biggest things that we're missing in the 2 road losses. It's our energy, how we start the game, and that's all we can control. So that's our plan going forward.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Hi, Landry. I have a 2-part question for you. First, how hard has it been to adjust to the change in the offense where you're playing so much through Kevin? That's number 1. And then number 2, because Kevin and James Harden played so many minutes in Game 5, is there kind of a sense of urgency to try to put an end to it tonight so that you can rest for the Eastern Finals?
Well, with your second part of the question, there's a sense of urgency from the jump. From Game 1, you want to put a series away as quickly as possible. You don't want teams hanging around. So whether they played 5 minutes or 48 minutes, that doesn't change. The goal is still the same. Everybody knows that, regardless of how many minutes we play. What we have to give up to try to get a win. It's all. That's part of it. The urgency is there, so we want to put a team away. That's our plan. And playing through Kevin, we've been paddle tested this year, man. Injuries, different lineups, different circumstances, who we've had to rehab and wait to get back and everything. The ringer. We've been put through the ringer, so this is just another chapter to that. And having Kevin on the floor, period, is huge for us. Having James on the floor, period, is huge for us. So, it's an adjustment, obviously, having that wrench thrown in there and not having Kyrie, but it's something that we can grow through and we'll be fine.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, Landry. I had 2. Following up on your last comment, obviously being competitors, wanting to win every game and being intense from the beginning. Do you find it are you aware of, and do you find it crazy that there's this fan narrative out there that you guys, considering how many minutes KD played and how many minutes Harden played, that you guys essentially could consider punting Game 6 and put all the marbles in Game 7? Are you aware of that narrative, and is it insane to you? And
yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Secondly, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And secondly, the only other thing was, the playoffs are all about, adjustments and adjustments to the adjustments. I mean, do you figure that when you come out, you'll see the Bucks, example, attacking Harden more defensively on defense than they did? Maybe Giannis on KD, which we really didn't see all that much of. I mean, do you figure there'll be massive adjustments on their end?
I'm not them, but, it's, like I said, it's the playoffs. There's urgency on both ends, so they're going to make adjustments. Our job is to try to predict them and anticipate what those are going to be, which, we walked through in Shootaround. So they're going to make adjustments. They're a good team. They're going to change some things up and make adjustments. And I don't even know if I want to acknowledge the punting Game 6 question, because that's, that's not even like I don't know what universe you would even consider, just giving a game away in the playoffs. I just don't. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, we're trying to win Game 6. That's the plan. Trying to win every game moving forward, and that's where we're at.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Yeah, Landry. Just with the home court, during the pandemic season, you played with no fans a small amount of fans, and now in the second round it's full capacity. Is there an adjustment? You know, you guys haven't been used to it all season, and you know, in this series, all the home teams have prevailed. Is there some adjustment this particular time, just because this season has been fanless for a lot of the time?
I think there was at first, but now, you know, it's become somewhat normal, having fans back in the building. So the adjustment period is kind of phased out. It's more just a part of the game now. Still a very real part of the game, definitely an advantage and disadvantage. So, but adjustment, I'd say that window came and went.
Cassidy Hubbarth, ESPN.
Hey, Landry. Kevin Durant said, you know, it motivated him before Game 5 when Harden said he was going to try to give it a go. You know, now knowing that Harden's available, you know, what kind of motivation is him kind of gutting it out? And what are your observations about how he's looking out there? And secondly, I know Kyrie's not on the trip with you guys, but, you know, has he said anything to the team before you guys left for extra motivation as well to try to handle this series tonight?
Yeah, I mean, anytime, you know, we've got a selfless group, and, you know, James is a prime example of that, you know, for putting himself second to our team and his teammates and stuff. So, of course, like if you know a guy's gutting it out and playing through some stuff or whatever, that motivates you. But also it's, you know, on whatever degree it is, everybody's kind of got something they're dealing with right now, this point in the year, deep in the playoffs, and, you know, injuries are apparent for everyone. So it just adds to it. The camaraderie definitely is motivating, knowing that, you know, you got guys willing to, you know, give themselves up completely for you. And so it feels good. And then to address the Kyrie part, yeah, he didn't say anything crazy, but he was at the facility before we left, and, you know, it's real positive and, you know, uplifting and whatnot. So, you know, we got him, he's got our back, and we're in a good spot.
Last question, Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
Hey, Landry, sorry for another James question, but, you know, even though he wasn't 100%, didn't shoot it well, in what way did you see him have the biggest impact in helping you pull out Game 5?
His presence and his mind. He's smart. He's smart as shit. He knows the game, and he knows how to manipulate the game in a way to put his team in the best position to win. So his presence on the floor, getting us into our stuff, getting us organized. It's what he does. It's what he's done all year long, and that's invaluable. Doesn't show up on a stat sheet. You know, it won't show up on, you know, anything. Outside of just if you know the game and if you're on the floor with him, you can feel it. So having him out there is invaluable, and, you know, we're gonna need more of it.
Thanks, Landry.